Hello everybody, my name is Temariaaa and welcome to the second channel. If you're new here and like Roblox, I implore you to check out my primary channel linked in the description. I'm here today to discuss a game that we all know and some of us love, Adopt Me, the home of scamming, cross-trading, and obsessive collection. As hateful as that may come off, I actually love Adopt Me, being a semi-regular player since 2018 before the introduction of pets. Adopt Me is just one of those games that you can't put down once you've perused the mechanics of it all. When it began, Adopt Me was your generic role playing game with a thriving community of players that just wanted to experience adulthood through the bright and colorful map of cartoony houses and poor grammar.
Drink smell cutely?
This is actually when I started playing, but I was not a role player. My purpose in this game was far too advanced for its time. Gambling. Even before pets were released, Adopt Me already had its gift boxes with the different tiers that granted players a higher chance of winning those sought after toys and vehicles. I was hooked, and to this day I still regularly spend my in-game cash gambling for cars and claw machine strollers. However, today's video is not about the dangers of gambling in virtual worlds, as I'm sure many of you have heard it all before, nor is it about my enjoyment of financial instability. We are actually gathered here today to discuss what is quite possibly the dumbest yet most genius scam that I have ever encountered since returning to the game. Gambling. I know, I said it wasn't the topic, but hear me out. While some may not realize it, we run into different forms of gambling every day. From children's arcades to video games with loot boxes to, well, actual casinos. The thrill of taking those chances and risking a lot to possibly win even more is exhilarating. Because of this, there are, of course, bad actors who take advantage of the desire to win big. And with this yap sesh, folks, I am here to tell you that Adopt Me scammers have finally discovered, albeit late, fake giveaway scams. First, I'll explain how this newer scam works, and then we'll talk more about it. In most public servers, especially now during the ongoing event, you will encounter a user in the chat advertising a giveaway game called Spin the Wheel. These scams are usually run by one or two users at a time. The scammer, Player A, will advertise that users like you could win an expensive pet, typically on display in their profile alongside the game's rules. Player A will not usually announce the rules in the chat, as they know smarter players will report their messages as scams. So, they instead leave them in the profile for a more difficult report process and a lower risk of being banned. When a user agrees to play, Player A will ask them to trade a pet, almost always a legendary, neon, or some kind of pet with a potion, whether it be ride or fly. This pet is meant to be the buy-in for a spin on the super real, totally legit wheel that Player A has made. Of course, nobody actually wins these, and the wheels aren't real. After giving up their pet, the victims are blindsided as Player A will leave the game and take the pet with them. Sometimes, Player A is a bit on the bolder side, openly scamming one user, and then advertising again in the same server to scam another unsuspecting player. Now that you know what's going on, allow your ears to experience my opinion. Quite controversial, but I actually find it hard to feel empathetic towards the victims of this scam. For how simple and obvious the scam is, I have witnessed 4 people fall for it just while I was writing the script for this video. In each scenario, multiple players told these people not to play and explained that the game was a scam. The screenshots that I have been showing you during this video aren't reenactments. I actually took these while aging up my pets to create a neon. This isn't to say that I don't feel bad for them, as I totally do, but many ignore the warnings from their in-game peers in pursuit of a higher inventory value, and end up getting scammed in the process. Now, let's talk about why this scam works and why I probably would have fallen for it as a child. To older players, this is a clear attempt at pet theft, but to younger or poorer players, this is an opportunity to move up in the Adopt Me economy in a faster manner. Over the years, Adopt Me has been stripped of its role-playing reputation and become more of an economy game. This means that better pets are a sign of status, and everybody wants to seem cooler in the community. Personally, I couldn't care less about all of that, but when I was younger, games like these were my thing, and I was hardcore. The desperate desire to grow in value and showcase wealth within a game centered around virtual price tags is a relatable experience for many of us, I'm sure. When presented with an opportunity, whether real or fictional, to move up, it becomes more of an act first, think later situation. Needless to say, as dumb as it is, this scam works. There aren't many things that we can do to take action against these scammers, as there's so many of them currently active. In the meantime, remember to block and report any users you witness advertising the scam, and warn your peers in game who express interest that it isn't a real game. Terribly sorry if this wasn't the conclusion many of you wanted, but this isn't the main channel. Just make sure you're staying safe and don't fall for these scams. If you perhaps want to listen to more of my ramblings, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Perhaps even check out my main channel if you enjoy Roblox gameplay. I'm Temariaaa, thank you for watching, and good morning for now.